Good morning, Pioneers. My name is Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justin Cullivan. Welcome to The Grit.
Boys basketball played a nail-biter against the defending state champion St. Ignatius in overtime 58-54. Keegan Knupp had the game-sealing dunk, sending the Pioneers to the state finals for the first time in their history. That now they look to take on Reynoldsburg.
Oh boy, am I excited for this. Alex,
yeah.
I know you're obviously excited. And also I want to welcome Alex Ramft. He is going to be the next protege of the sports show. So I've been scouting him all year. So welcome, Alex. And let's just, dive into this. This is the first time in Olentangy Orange history, in basketball history, they've had great teams throughout the years.
Yeah.
Last year, they only lost one game until they lost in the regional finals, which was a disappointing end of the season against Delaware Hayes. But now they're back. They're the farthest they've ever made it. They're playing a really good team in Reynoldsburg.
Yeah.
Both teams are really talented. So, Alex, what's your take on this game?
I think it's gonna be even closer than the Ignatius game. I think it goes to overtime, maybe even double again. It's obviously Reynoldsburg, a very amazing team, another Central Ohio team that's going to be able to go out to Dayton. But this Pioneers team is amazing. They returned 7 of their top 9. We've returned 7 of their top 9, 4 out of 5 starters. They're on fire. They're playing great as a team, and it's going to be the Pioneers, I feel, in probably a double overtime game by 1 or 2, possibly a buzzer beater, but I think the Pioneers are going to be able to take the championship.
Well, I'll be calling this game, and I hope that everything you just said comes to fruition because I will be going bananas. You heard me, bananas. All right, so, and honestly, that 7 out of 9 returning starters is huge. We look at it in pretty much every single sport. That right now, experience is dominating sports. Talent only gets you so far. We saw it a lot in college, especially in college football. Now we're seeing it here even on the high school level. You have people that have gone far, they get experience, and then they pass it down to the people below them. And Devin Brown, he's a senior. He came back. His junior year was amazing. He's a Davidson commit, so obviously he's a very talented player. He also is a great leader, too, and he's helped raise some of the other guys. Like, you got Grant Miller, who's on the come-up, who's going to be great next year. Levi Davis is only a junior. You got some great talent on this team, but that experience, making it to regional finals last year, losing to the state runner-up, Delaware Hayes, I think that they have almost a fire beneath them right now. Yeah. And especially in Kalo, you talk to that man, he is wired. There is no other way to put it. That man is wired. He is set on one task, and that is to win the state championship. And you love to see it. You can just feel the energy. It's going to be exciting. Please tune into WPOP The Pulp to watch it or listen to me and MC call it. It's going to be a great game, and I'm super excited.
And another part of this, I feel like against St. Ignatius, Devin Brown didn't really have his best game of the season. He had got a lot of fouls, and he didn't really have the opportunity to shoot with guys like Levi and Taryn putting up a bunch of shots and making a lot of them. But I think Devin Brown, coming off of a little bit of a slow game, is going to come out on fire and be probably the MVP of the state championship for Orange.
And I want to say one more thing before we move on, that I believe this is the first time in a very long time that 2 Central Ohio teams made it. So, and normally, as of lately, St. Ignatius has won the past couple. They've been a very dominant team. And really, besides that, it's been a bit of a, different areas. So it's great to see how good Central Ohio basketball is getting. And that means Orange is playing at the top of the competition, and they are the top of that competition. And it's amazing to see. This is the best team in Orange history, obviously. Yeah. Let's hope they finish it off with a championship and hang up the banner.
Yeah, roll Nears.
Now, we'll throw it over to Trayton and Ren to talk about this very important upcoming game.
Our boys basketball team is playing the state final at 8:30 p.m. at the University of Dayton Arena. The game will be live on WPOP Student Radio with Justice Cullivan and MC Noel. Trayton, it's been an outstanding season. What's the energy heading into this game?
We're all excited for this game. It's the first time in school history that we made it to the state finals, so we're all looking forward to it.
Your team plays another Central Ohio high school, Reynoldsburg. Does them being a local program play a role in how you guys have prepared?
No, we prepared how we have all season. We know that they have a little bit more of an edge with the game last year, and we're just excited to play them.
Lastly, Coach Kalo talks often about the team's grittiness and toughness, but he also talks about how the team cares about each other. How important is it that the team synergy when you take the court in big games?
Yeah, we just play well together. We always play for each other, so I think that's what helps us against good teams.
Thanks and good luck. Let's start over the pit stop and then hear about spring sports.
Thanks, guys. Now let's talk about spring sports that are starting to ease into their seasons.
Boys volleyball started out their season beating Olentangy 3-2 and losing to New Albany, Worthington Kilboard, and Thomas Worthington 0-3.
Girls lacrosse take on Westerville Central away tonight and Berlin away tomorrow morning.
Boys lacrosse has their home opener tonight at 7 p.m. against Westerville South.
Good luck to everyone. Now let's do a bit of March Madness freestyle. Oh boy, this is my favorite tournament. If we did a tier list of tournaments, this isn't even in the S tier. It ain't even the double S tier. It's in the triple S tier. All right, like the top echelon of tournaments. It is perfect. I mean, if you ask somebody, hey, whoever's idea it was to do this, I hope they're getting paid well, because they're all just sitting around one day. It's like, and some genius was just, I have an idea. Let's put 64 teams in a tournament, have 32 games in the first round, 16 each day. No matter what time of day it is, after 11 o'clock, I am locked in school. Don't care if I'm taking a test. I have another tab open up on March Madness and I'm watching it, all right? You best believe that my sole focus is watching every bit of college basketball I can. It is peak. And honestly, college does it right in every sport, I think. You got some wrestling, which I enjoy putting on the side, especially when there's a little bit of downtime in the games. I think that's fun. The girls' March Madness, I can actually watch Ohio State in the tournament. They play tonight at 5:30, so I'll be watching that instead of the game because men's basketball is horrible at Ohio State. So I really just sucked it all in yesterday. Just spent the whole day melting into my couch, becoming one with March Madness, and it was great. And there's just no better thing. Yeah. You get some wings, and you're just set for life. Get some wings, all right? And then you're just munching on those. I prefer flats. That's like I'm a big flat guy. Dump them in ranch, do the little, get all the bone out. Oh my goodness! I'm about to dip out of here and go do that. Even the games only start for another 2 hours. Oh boy, it's just it's perfect. It's literally perfect. And I know everyone's really big on their brackets. My bracket's already ruined with Clemson being out. I had them going to the Sweet 16, I believe. But McNeese, even though they do have the best manager I've ever seen, his name's like
Amir Khan.
Amir Aura Khan. Yeah. His middle name's Aura. That is insane. So let's hear about your bracket. How's that going?
My bracket did not go well, to say the least. I had both Louisville and Clemson going far. Obviously, Louisville getting destroyed by Creighton. They got the guy with his kid coming to every home game. He just could not miss a three. Yeah. And
the guy who looks like he's like, I know who you're talking about. He's the point guard for Creighton. This guy's probably 5'10", and he looks like he's 30 years old, but my gosh, this guy is probably the greatest shooter I've ever seen in my life in March Madness. This Creighton team might actually be Auburn. I could see it. It definitely could see it. And last year Creighton did pretty well. I didn't even know where Creighton was. No one even knows where Creighton is. It's like
Omaha.
Yeah, it's in Omaha, Nebraska.
It's the middle of Nebraska. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to take it back, though, we didn't get to talk enough about the McNeese manager, Amir Khan.
Yeah, he has just been a sensation. There was obviously a viral video of him rapping, walking out with the team at one of their home games. It's just been amazing. He's had some very great quotes coming into the tournament, and I feel like he is just kind of the fire behind this McNeese team.
Can anyone beat McNeese with this guy at the helm? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And we're all lucky that he's not playing because we might be. I think everyone would lose.
Yeah, it would just be over.
It would just be over. He's just that guy. I literally saw every single time that McNeese hit a three, he's just over there getting absolutely bonkers. And oh man, he is honestly, we were doing a bracket yesterday of what team has the most aura, and McNeese has to win that.
It has to be McNeese.
It has to be McNeese. I don't even know where McNeese is. If he gave me 49 guesses, I probably wouldn't even get in 49 guesses which state it's in. So, the Cowboys, go Cowboys. I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for upsets now that my bracket's over. So I'm really hoping for some crazy stuff today.
Yeah.
And I have a good feeling about today, I
Yeah,
think.
and they have a solid defense. I do think they'll be able to take down Purdue, who I actually really liked High Point over Purdue. High Point was a great shooting team. They had one of the best
They were right
3-point
there.
percentages.
They were right there until
they were
Braden
very
Smith,
close.
Until Braden Smith turned into prime Steph
Big Ten
Curry.
Player of the Year. He just lit it up. High Point wasn't able to do that, but I do think this McNeese team.
They got a chance.
They have a chance. They definitely have a chance against Purdue.
What game are you most excited for today? I think I'm most excited for the UConn-Oklahoma game. I think that's going to be a pretty solid game. I think it's a little bit later tonight, so I'm pretty hyped about that one. The first game is also going to be pretty solid. If I'm not, I can't remember the top. Alabama plays early today in Cleveland. Yeah. I can't remember what the first game is though, but I'm extremely excited today. Just as much as I was yesterday.
And a big upset I'm looking at today is Akron over Arizona.
Same.
Akron, even though they're a very small team, I believe their starters, they don't have a guy over 6'8", but they play extremely fast, shoot a bunch of threes, just make everything, and if they get hot, they can run any team that they're playing out the gym.
I mean, you're talking about how they don't have a guy over 6'8". They could just call me if they wanted to. They could just call me. I could come down. I could play for a day, you know.
Yeah.
That would clear that would make that stat of no one being over 6'8" obsolete because I am obviously over 6'8".
Yeah.
So that is an idea. Akron, you hear me? I'm right here. All right. So yeah, I also picked that one. I think they're going to beat Arizona. Not a big Arizona for the past couple of years. They've had really good teams. They just always seem to fall apart in the tournament.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Akron in the tournament in a long time. They're really the only Ohio team that I can think of, I believe, in the tournament. So I'm going to be rooting for them. And who knows, maybe they could even I think they'll probably play Liberty or Oregon. They will definitely play Liberty or Oregon. And then hopefully they could beat Duke. I would love to see a 13 seed in the Elite Eight.
And Duke is obviously looking really good, but there's obviously the doubts with Cooper Flagg spraining his ankle right before the tournament.
Yeah. Obviously,
this 16 versus 1, it's not going to really be a challenge for Duke. I don't see them getting upset in any scenario here or in the second round, really. But if they face, I feel like Akron if they end up making it to the Sweet 16, I feel like Akron is going to be able to play with speed and beat Duke if they do end up getting there, which I don't know. I don't see Akron with their style of play getting all the way to the Sweet 16, but I definitely think they could pull off a bunch of big upsets to get far in the tournament.
Before we move on, I just wanted, Connor Morrison is not here, the normal announcer. He said yesterday that that Clemson would be in the Final Four, and I told him he was crazy. Who's laughing now, Connor? Who is laughing now? Because last time I checked, Clemson lost 69-67 to McNeese. All right? Just want to point that out. I was right. Boom.
Okay. And that's all for our show today, Pioneers. Good luck to all of our Pioneer athletes in tournament play. I'm Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Cullivan. We'll see you next Friday right here on the grid. And as always, roll Nears.